Welcome inside the ACU TV or studio for this week's Optimist Newscast. My name is Cindy Varner alongside Connor Mullins with sports in just a second. Our top stories this week include a summary of the Cleary Report, sing-song preparation, and the firing of soccer's head coach Casey Wilson. This is the Optimist Newscast. The Cleary Report is a crime report that shows all activity within the past 3 years on all 86 of ACU's properties. In the most recent report, ACU PD noted that the number of on-campus rapes are down, however, liquor law violations are higher. Police Chief Jason Ellis says that although the anomaly of COVID-19 affected some numbers, the report was not abnormal, and ACU PD is continuing to talk about awareness and self-defense. For more information on these statistics, visit acu.edu for the full report. Sing-song, one of ACU's biggest traditions, is starting preparation. For more on this is Optimist Emily Sullivan.
Since its first debut in 1957, sing-song is a beloved tradition here at ACU. Students can come together and create an act with either their class, fraternity, or sorority, or, if they prefer, students can sign up to participate in other ways. For example, students can audition to become a host or hostess.
The host's job is kind of to perform in the middle of different acts and sing-song, and I love music. I love getting to sing and to play instruments and things like that, and it sounded like a cool opportunity to get to do that.
I really like performing. My friends were encouraging me to. I had another friend who was auditioning, so we wanted to do it together and then ended up getting it.
Another way to participate is to become a student director, like Sam Onstead.
So as student directors, we do a lot of the planning of sing-song. This semester that looks a lot like finding the judges of sing-song and getting all the acts in order and ready to go for sing-song, selling tickets, selling merch, really everything behind the scenes.
While sing-song is hosted in the spring, some people prepare for the event early in advance.
We start planning for sing-song as soon as August, so that we have about 8 months to prepare or so.
I think we are having a few meetings this semester, but I don't think we actually start preparing until next semester, minus I think songs will be picked out by the end of this semester.
One remark that has been echoed throughout the interviews is the amount of people in their class that they grew close with during sing-song.
It connects you to people that you normally wouldn't meet. Like when I did freshman year, I made a lot of good friends. Normally I wouldn't have met them either because we were different majors or things like that. And so I think mostly it's a great way to meet people and form relationships.
That was just a fun way for us to get to spend a lot of time together, for us to get to know each other better.
Students who would like to participate in sing-song can either sign up or audition for a position. Dance auditions will be held sometime in November, and the leadership interviews will occur next semester. Overall, sing-song is a great way to meet new people, make new memories, and have fun. For The Optimist, I'm Emily Sullivan.
Here's Connor Mullins with a weekend sports update. Connor?
Thanks, Sydney. Soccer went through a heartbreaking weekend as they concluded conference play. Following the weekend, head coach Casey Wilson was relieved of his duties after 16 years.
One, we asked them to be the spiritual leaders of their program. We believe in the mission of ACU and how we can do that in athletics. So that's number one for us. Second is we want every student to reach their potential in the classroom. And so that means graduating or figuring out what that looks like. And then third, we want them to compete for championships. And in the case of our women's soccer program, the third part of that criteria wasn't being met. So ultimately, this was my belief that we can have a team here that can compete for a WAC championship. We need to go find a leader that can do all three of those things. And I don't believe they're mutually exclusive.
Wilson won 167, 117, and 28 in his time at ACU, but 4, 13, and 4 in the WAC in the last 2 years. Thursday, ACU traveled to UTRGV and would lose 1-0 when a goal scored at 26 minutes. Saturday, SFA came to town and would leave with another win under their belt. With 4 goals scored throughout the game, the ACU defense unfortunately could not keep up with the relentless offense of SFA. The final score was 4-1, bringing ACU's record to 4-10-4 overall and a 0-8-3 record in the WAC. Football went head-to-head against the North Dakota Fighting Hawks on Saturday. Although the Wildcats would fall short with a 34-31 loss, they fought valiantly against the Fighting Hawks. Quarterback Maverick McIver, sophomore from San Angelo, threw for 239 yards with a 65% completion percentage. Running back Jeremiah Dobbins, sophomore from Lubbock, ran for 85 yards, and wide receiver Tristan Golightly, sophomore from Mesquite, had 82 receiving yards on the game. Head coach Keith Patterson said that North Dakota is everything they aspire to be as a football program.
You know, if you look at it, first of all, I think you have to commend North Dakota. We knew going into the football game that it was going to be a game that you have to go win, that they're not going to be a team that makes mistakes. They're disciplined. They're everything that we aspire to be as a football program. They've been in big games, not only this year, but every single year when you look at that. I mean, they had the #1 team in the country down the week before, 14 points. So we knew it was going to be a hard-fought game, just like it played out. And just like we shared with our team yesterday, is that it really boiled down to about 4 plays that could have, I think 4 plays was like a 17-point differential.
Their next game is at Tarleton at 7 p.m. this Saturday at Memorial Stadium, and will be streamed live on ESPN+. Volleyball went 1-1 in their final home stretch in the Western Athletic Conference. They faced off Thursday against Seattle U at home and took a 3-0 victory against the Red Hawks. With a staggering 7 aces, 39 kills, and 54 digs, ASU did not let the Red Hawks score above 23 points in a set. It was a different story on Saturday against the Utah Valley Wolverines. The Wildcats took the first set 25-20, however would go on to lose the next 3 sets. ASU would not go down without a fight, as in the last set they took it to overtime. Unfortunately, the Wolverines would overpower at the end to take the win 29-27. Volleyball's next game is away at Sam Houston at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Men's basketball starts their season on Monday at home against Jackson State. Head coach Brett Tanner's second year as the Wildcats head coach after taking over in 2021. After losing 3 last season, the team has added multiple transfers and also sees the return of March Madness hero Joe Pleasant. Here's what Tanner had to say about his second year as head coach.
I mean, I just like always, I don't think we're going to be any good. We'll see. I didn't think we were going to be any good last year, and we turned out okay. So hopefully that's the case this year. But I'm more comfortable. I think the guys are more comfortable with me, too, in this role. Last year was it took a while for them to truly, see me in a different role, and I think that hasn't been an issue this year.
As for women's basketball, head coach Julie Goodenough starts her 11th season with a very young and new roster. The team only sees 4 returners but adds 9 new players, 5 being transfers and 4 freshmen. Goodenough said the team still has a lot to learn and the coaches still have a lot they need to teach the team.
There's a huge learning curve right now, and I think most of it is just, we graduated so much experience. We're super young, and so, like I said, I think as a staff we've got to be really patient, but we need to be very clear with our directions and our instruction. We're happy about where we are right now. I mean, we knew that it would take a little bit longer to put things in and kind of, find a feel on the court, but we like where we are right now.
That's all for sports. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Optimist Newscast. I'm Connor Mullins.
And I'm Cindy Varner. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.